Hi, my name is Skylar Stasny, and I'm the curator of Copshaholm at the History Museum. And this is Curiosities of Copshaholm. And today I'm going to be talking about the smoking porch as well as smoking etiquette. In homes such as the Oliver Mansion, it was common to have different rooms dedicated to different activities. So the billiard room that we talked about last time and the smoking porch were meant for the men's activities, so playing games or smoking cigars or pipes. And smoking was a very, very popular activity during this time. So originally it was an outdoor activity, and it later moved indoors as it became more popular. So it was initially an outdoor activity because of the smell, but when these homes were being built, the smoking room or the smoking porch was built situated away from bedrooms or the kitchen to avoid the smell traveling throughout the entire home. And there was also a lot of different types of decor in smoking rooms, such as velvet, so velvet curtains or velvet seating, to be able to absorb that smell as well. And so it helped keep that separate from the rest of the home. And now you can follow me out onto the Oliver smoking porch. So as you can see, the Oliver smoking porch is a little bit different from what I just described a second ago. So the Oliver smoking porch, we kind of use it now a little bit more for some storage. So we have these cedar chests that have some different blankets and other artifacts in them. And we also store some of our Christmas decor out here also. But when smoking became more popular, it became more popular to have these sort of gendered spaces. So only men were allowed on the smoking porch and in the billiard room, and then the women would be in the Oliver Mansion in the morning room. So to have these types of gendered spaces separate for men and women, it allowed for the men to be able to discuss things such as politics, because at that time it was seen as improper for women to be part of political discussions. And smoking rooms or smoking porches would be decorated very masculine. So there would be potentially decorated with the men's gun collection, or it would have sort of a Turkish kind of tropical theme to it to be a little bit more masculine. Since smoking was such a big social activity or social rite among men, there were a lot of different things associated with that. So having a smoking jacket that was made of velvet that helped absorb the smell, or having a lot of different smoking accessories because it was such a big social thing. So accessories to hold all of your cigarettes or all of your smoking accoutrement. And so since it was such a higher social gathering, it also showed social status. And with it being a social thing, there were also a lot of rules and etiquette associated with that. And most of that etiquette had to do with smoking around women. So it was considered impolite to smoke around a woman. And there were several different etiquette books that outlined all the different rules of smoking. So for example, if you were in the presence of a woman, you had to ask their permission to smoke and see if it was okay with them, because smoking was considered in kind of an offensive activity. It wasn't completely accepted, or it had to do with having good hygiene. So that's why there was the smoking jackets. That way you could take that off when you were done smoking and you wouldn't smell of cigarette smoke or tobacco. And men also had to ask permission of women to smoke, especially when they were in public spaces. Or if it was even a room that women frequented, they had to ask permission. So there's all these different types of rules for smoking since it was such a popular activity, especially among men. Women didn't really start to be socially accepted to smoke until around the 1920s. There were plenty of women that did smoke, but you would never see them smoke in public since it wasn't seen as proper for women to smoke. Women who smoked in public were usually seen as rebellious for doing that. One of the etiquette rules had to do with singers. So if you had a singer in your home who was either a guest or potentially performing, one of the etiquette books actually said that you were not allowed to smoke in front of someone who has a reputable voice, because smoke is death to vocal success and causes great discomfort to singers whose throats, being highly trained, are proverbially sensitive. So there's some different types of etiquette rules that are more serious and some that are a little bit sillier to us when it comes to smoking as we see it now. And with our smoking porch, it actually originally did not have any of these windows that you see behind me. It was originally open and actually had plants that you could see from the outside that were draping down out over it. The windows weren't added until 1899 because they started to have some water problems within the home. Thank you for watching Curiosities of Copshaholm. We'll see you next time.